this brings us then to the retirement of two very long-serving members of the Asset Board, Rosemary de Waal and George Ellis. Now, George we will introduce when we introduce him as guest speaker a little bit later on. But for now, we want to say goodbye and thank you to Rosemary de Waal. Rose, can you show us your whole face? We've only got your forehead. Okay, Rosemary has been with Asset for 40 years. Rosemary de Waal and Daphne Wilson were in on the founding team who started the bursaries at Asset, and Rosemary has remained with this bursary committee for over 40 years and has served also on the Asset Board after the constitution of Asset. Now, this is all, of course, voluntary work. This is voluntary work. It is not paid work. It is a huge commitment, and it reflects Rosemary's commitment to the NGO world. She has, as you will see from the tribute, I think on page 3 of the annual report, that Rosemary's interest as a social worker was in the area of intellectual disability, and she has worked for tirelessly as a volunteer in most instances in that area for several organizations. So her work for Asset was over and above that professional interest, but it remained this deep commitment to NGO work. I think it's fair to say that DNA is etched into, that NGO is etched into Rosemary's DNA. We would like to give you, Rosemary, an opportunity to say a few words. We still can't see your whole face. If you pull your screen towards you, we'll see all of you. That's it. There we go. That's great. Yeah. That's wonderful.
Okay. Right. Well, thank you very much. Yes, I do seem to have been around a long time, and I was like some others, I think, thanks to Daphne Wilson, who got me on the hook and would never let me off it again. And I'm still here. She, in those old days, was I don't know, she was the person who started all the education programs, in fact. And she was like a terrier. So thanks to Daphne, I've had a very long and interesting association with what was then race relations and now Asset. And I've worked with Derek Jabir. He and I were part of the team that changed us from race relations to Asset. And he did an amazing job of setting up the education program. And still to this day, he's busy doing those programs up in Berrydale. So I'm just trying, George, Mary Ellis, George's wife, was also a member. And in the early days, we were very different because Johannesburg was a research organization and we were, I don't know what, we were just hangers-on down in Cape Town. So we got involved in all the squatters, crossroads, Modderdam Road and all those issues, much to his complete horror. And yeah, that was amazing. That room where we should all be sitting was the hive of activity, and all the non-NGOs involved with Crossroads used to meet there once a week. And it was the most amazing, interesting collections of people that came in and out of that room, obviously including Brian and Di Bishop, who it's named after. I think this organization, ASSET, is amazing that they've managed to keep going and doing what they have always done, but also adapting to the modern time for so many years. I mean, a lot of organizations, after the change in government, etc., floundered quite dramatically. But fortunately, ASSET has managed to go from strength to strength. So there have been all kinds of amazing people who've been involved in keeping it going. And especially all those people who are sitting there, who are on the board now, because that's the important thing, is to get people to take an interest and will come to board meetings. So there's not much. I can answer questions, but I haven't got much to say, except I've learned a lot, met a lot of nice people, and, you know, I've been the winner. So good luck for the future to ASSET and anything else that they tackle. I'll miss you.
Thank you, Rosemary, and we will miss you. Rosemary, I don't think has ever skipped an ASSET board meeting or bursary committee meeting. Rosemary turns up for meetings. She prepares for meetings, reads the minutes, participates in discussion, an exemplary committee member. So we will miss you, Rosemary. There's no question, but we wish you a happy retirement and a busy retirement. We hope you have lots to do in your retirement, fun things.
Good. No, well, that was fun too.
Good.
It was very fun. I mean, one bit of, you know, it was not fun, it was serious, but we were in Modderdam Road when they were busy demolishing squatter shacks, and Mary Ellis was there, and she'd just come from a clinic with her stethoscope around her neck and her white jacket on, in her hospital jacket, and she lay down in front of the bulldozer, and the police were absolutely horrified. There's a doctor behaving this badly. They didn't know what to do. So that ended the whole performance. It was Mary Ellis in her doctor's outfit, lying down in front of a bulldozer. So those were the days. We didn't sit at meetings. We were running around. Okay, thank you. But thank you and good luck. And I do hope, you know, the valuable work that's going on now stays going forever.
Okay, we should just point out that there's a photograph of Rosemary in the annual report, and the background to that photograph, where she was arrested along with various other activists from the Catholic Church, was that Rosemary had to be bailed out of Caledon Square by the Catholic Bishop of Cape Town. So Rosemary has been an activist in her time and has contributed in all kinds of ways. Thank you, Rosemary.